KPFK, Rebel Alliance News, Los Angeles.
Music and innovative British guitar legend, 7-time Grammy Award winner, and 2-time inductee into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, Jeff Beck, has passed following a sudden illness. He was 78 years old. On behalf of his family, it is with deep and profound sadness that we share the news of Jeff Beck's passing. After suddenly contracting bacterial meningitis, he peacefully passed away yesterday, his family said in a statement posted Wednesday on Twitter. His family asked for privacy while they process this tremendous loss, the statement concluded. He was born in Surrey, England in 1944, where he became fascinated with the electric guitar at age 6 after hearing Les Paul's How High the Moon on the radio. During and after his stint as a student at Wimbledon College of Art, he played with bands such as Screaming Lord Sutch and the Savages in 1962. He joined the popular group the Yardbirds, replacing Eric Clapton in 1965, embellishing their hits with an unprecedented use of feedback, sustain, and fuzz. At the time, he was joined by another legendary guitarist, Jimmy Page, who later went on to form Led Zeppelin. Beck was fired during a U.S. tour for being a consistent no-show, who also had difficulties with perfectionism and an explosive temper. During the 20-month stint with the band, he recorded most of their top 40 hits, including Over, Under, Sideways, Down, Heart Full of Soul, The Shape of Things, and For Your Love.
For your love, for your love.
He formed the Jeff Beck Group in January of 1967. The lineup endured several shakeups, but ultimately included Rod Stewart on vocals, Ronnie Wood on bass, Nicky Hopkins on piano, and Ainsley Dunbar on drums. Beck disbanded the group the night before Woodstock 1969, a move he later regretted. The group reformed in 1970 with a different lineup. In the 70s, he also recorded with bassist Tim Bogert and drummer Carmen Appice. He released an impressive collection of solo albums that showcased a fusion of various styles such as jazz and funk with heavier guitar rock in a one-of-a-kind style. Blow by Blow and Wire were recorded in the 70s and produced by Sir George Martin, the producer of the Beatles. There was also There and Back in 1980. He appeared on stage with David Bowie to perform Jean Genie, which was recorded and never released. He appeared with friend Eric Clapton at the Secret Policeman's Ball, which was a benefit for Amnesty International. In 1985, Beck released Flash, featuring a variety of vocalists, but most notably former bandmate Rod Stewart, on a rendition of Curtis Mayfield's People Get Ready, released as a single, with the music video that got a lot of airplay on MTV. His other numerous collaborations throughout his career include sessions with singer-songwriter Donovan in the 60s. In the 70s, he recorded with Stevie Wonder, Billy Preston, Stanley Clarke, the Jan Hammer Group, and the Bee Gees and Peter Frampton in the soundtrack of the movie Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band. In the 80s, he played on albums of Mick Jagger and Malcolm McLaren and the Bootsilla Orchestra, singles from Philip Bailey of Earth, Wind & Fire, Diana Ross, on Tina Turner's smash hit Private Dancer, and he rejoined bandmate again, Rod Stewart, on the hit single Infatuation. In the 90s, he recorded with B.B. King, ex-Pink Floyd Roger Waters, Kate Bush, Buddy Guy, Seal, jazz guitarist John McLaughlin, Spinal Tap, Morrissey, John Bon Jovi, Brian May of Queen, ZZ Top, and the Pretenders. After 2000, he joined operatic giant Pavarotti, Tom Jones, Joe Cocker, Leanne Rimes, Winona, Morrissey, Cyndi Lauper, Suzi Quatro, and Josh Stone. He also recorded with Jerry Lee Lewis at this time. He recorded a new track with the reformed Yardbirds and played in movie soundtracks. Beck was inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame with the Yardbirds in 1992 and as a solo artist in 2009. He recorded 6 Best Rock Instrumental Performance Grammys, 1 Best Pop Instrumental Performance Award, and another Grammy for Best Pop Collaboration with Vocals, which was the Imagine Project, featuring Herbie Hancock and others. Beck and Johnny Depp recently completed a tour in support of their 2022 album collaboration, 18.
People say we got it made. Don't they know we're so afraid? Solution.
Rolling Stone placed Beck at number 5 on its list of the 100 greatest guitarists in 2015. Now here's some of the tributes so far from Ozzy Osbourne. What a terrible loss for his family, friends, and his many fans. It was such an honor to have known Jeff and an incredible honor to have had him play on my most recent album, Patient Number 9, from Kiss singer-songwriter, bassist Gene Simmons. Please get a hold of the first 2 Jeff Beck group albums and behold greatness. And from British musician Paul Young, who is loved by everyone in the know, the guitarist. Tony Iommi, the founding member and guitarist for Black Sabbath. Jeff was such a nice person and an outstanding, iconic, genius guitar player. There will never be another Jeff Beck. His playing was very special and distinctively brilliant. Brian May of Queen said,
Jeff was completely and utterly unique and the kind of musician which was impossible to define, and I was absolutely in awe of him.
Mick Jagger of the Rolling Stones said, music had lost one of the best guitar players in the world. Former bandmate Rod Stewart said, Jeff Beck was on a different world. He was one of the few guitarists who would listen to me sing and respond when we played together. Jeff, my man, you were the best. We appreciate everything. Along with Les Paul, Jimi Hendrix, Eddie Van Halen, and Stevie Ray Vaughan, he truly was one of the greatest.
My favourite stars, the Platters, Gene Vincent, Little Richard, just mind-blowing. I've just seen God. There's a red Strat hanging in the window and a Telecaster of Jennings. I mean, when you're sort of 11 and you hear this, like...
This is Dan Nowman.